This is the godly play parable, The Good Samaritan, and it can be found on our parable shelf right over here when we get back to the classroom. And you'll know that this one for the parable is with this kind of tan brown circle, and that's what you'll look for when we are able to be back in the classroom. All right, so I'm going to push this down. I don't have Lily with me today. Before we begin, let me play our bells so we can get ready. Look, this box is the color gold. Perhaps there is something valuable like gold inside. There could be a parable inside. They are very valuable. They are worth even more than gold. This box also has a lid on it. Sometimes it is as if parables have doors that are shut. You can't go inside the parable even if you are ready. I don't know why. It just happens. So don't be discouraged. Keep coming back again and again. One day the parable will open up for you. The box looks like a present. You know, I do believe there is a parable inside because you were given parables as a present even before you were born. Even if you don't know what a parable is, it is still yours. It looks old, and parables are also old. They are older than you. They are older than me. They are even older than your grandmother or grandfather. They are over 2,000 years old. So I do believe there's a parable inside, and I have an idea. Let's look and see. I wonder what this could be. It's brown. There isn't any green or blue. It's all brown, and you know what? It's a little rough. I just don't know what this could be. I wish you were here to touch it because it's really rough. See if there's something else in the box to give us a clue. Now, I wonder what this could be. It's not very stretchy. It's kind of long. Maybe it's a crack. Could it be a crack? Let's see if there's anything else to help us. Oh, look. I believe this is going to be a road. I believe it's going from this place, which is Jerusalem, to here, Jericho. Let's see if I can put that where you can see it. Okay. Move this down. So I do believe that is a road. Let's see what else we have. Well, you can't see through them. There's no light in them at all. They're kind of like shadows. Let's see if we can use them to help us with our parable. There once was someone who did such amazing things and said such wonderful things that people followed him. And as they followed him, they heard him speaking of many things. And sometimes people asked him questions. One day, a person asked him what the most important thing in life is. And the person he asked said, "You already know." That is true. I do. It is to love God and to love people just like they are your neighbors. The person paused a while and he thought. And then he asked another question. But who is my neighbor? And the person he asked then told this parable. There was once someone who went from Jerusalem down to Jericho. And as he went along his way, he was attacked by robbers. They hurt him and they took everything that he had, and they left him by the side of the road, half dead. So there was also a great priest of the temple who went on the road from Jerusalem to Jericho. And as he went along his way, he came to the place where the person who had been hurt and had everything taken from him and had been left by the side of the road half dead. And when the priest came to him, the priest went to the other side and went along his way. Well, there was also someone else who worked at the temple who went from Jerusalem down to Jericho. He was one of the people who helped the priest, and he took care of the temple and he helped with the music. He was called a Levite. When the Levite came to the place where the person was, who had been hurt and had everything taken from him, and had been left by the side of the road half dead, he went to the other side, and he went along his way. Well, there was also a person who went on the road who did not live in Jerusalem. He was visiting from a country called Samaria. The people in Samaria did not like the people in Jerusalem, and the people in Jerusalem did not like the people from Samaria. So when the stranger came to where the person was who had been hurt and had everything taken from him and had been left by the side of the road half dead, the stranger went to him. This stranger put medicine on the places where he was hurt. He gave him his coat to put on. He then put him on his donkey and took him to a place to spend the night. The stranger even stayed with him all the night, and in the morning he gave the innkeeper enough money for him to stay there until he was well. Now, I wonder, who is the neighbor to the person who was hurt, had everything taken from him, and was left by the side of the road half dead? I wonder if it could be this one. Could it be the priest? Could he have been the neighbor? What about this one, the Levite. Could it be this one? Could it be this one? The Samaritan? What about the two robbers? Were they his neighbor? I wonder who is the neighbor to the priest. I wonder who's the neighbor to this one. And I wonder who the neighbor is to this one. Could it be this one? That's not an easy question to answer, is it? Now, I wonder what would happen if the people in the parable were women. I wonder what would have happened if the people who passed by were children. I wonder what your favorite part of this parable has been. I wonder if there's any part that we could leave out of this parable and still have all the parable that we need. This is the Levite. This is the priest. The Samaritan. The traveler. The two robbers. We have Jericho and Jerusalem. And our road. And I'm going to say these are probably our rocks. This has been the parable of the Good Samaritan.